Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Kevin Ray, and you're watching behind the scenes of the So Many Girls music video.
So many fly girls in the whole wide world. So many girls, so many girls. It's so hard to pick one when you want. So many girls.
This is the behind the scenes, the making of the So Many Girls music video. I had so much fun shooting this visual. It started off first with Gemini Beats, and he said, hey man, I got this track in mind for you. I think you'd be perfect for it. And so to me, that's a huge compliment. The song came together great. When it came time to doing the visuals, I wanted to do something different. I usually like to try something new. I hit up Celeste, said, hey, I need you to take control of all the movement for this piece. Celeste had just sent me a clip of her movement and some of the stuff that she was playing around with in rehearsal. I asked her to send me some stuff. We're gonna have 2 rehearsals, one without me and then one with everybody to kind of come together and put all the pieces together. And so she sent me over the choreography, and I was able to get it in my own time. And then when we got together, all of us, and we did the rehearsal, it went perfectly. It was great and just knocked it out. 2 rehearsals and done. I reached out to Thomas Sawyer Productions. I said, hey man, I have this project. I have been wanting to work with you for a really long time. I've been following him on Instagram and I think you're perfect for this. So it started off the meeting place in downtown LA, and it started off with a bit of a snag because initially I was gonna put the camera on a car mount. I just wasn't sure about that because I didn't want the rings get left on the car from the suction cups. To get on this beautiful 67 Chevy Impala convertible, oh my God, I was like, this probably is the original paint, I don't know.
Look at this beauty right here. 67 Impala, just hurting them, man.
And so I didn't want to mess that up, and I didn't know how all that worked. I rented the car through Turo, and I was like, I don't know if it gets messed up. How does the insurance work with all that? And I just didn't want to go through that. So I was asking Thomas, like, hey, you know, like we're trying to troubleshoot it. I'm like, what do you think about putting it on the windshield? He's like, I don't know if it's gonna stick. It's gonna be kind of tough. And I understand it's like rigging up his expensive camera to it and just safety of everything is like, so I'm like, okay, well, what if we try and get the Mavic 3 up in the air and just do it as drone shots? But then by the time we tried all of that and we took the Mavic up, it was just too dark, it was too late. And although the Mavic is great in low light, it's not like the Sony a7S III, which is what we filmed on. So I'm like, okay, we gotta make this happen because time is going by really fast. We're troubleshooting right now. The drone shots did not work because it's too dark outside, and then this lot isn't gonna work. This is the challenges of doing guerrilla style, run and gun. Kai gave us a suggestion of a parking lot, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna go check this one out. And Thomas had an idea for another spot. So I'm like, all right, so you go check, this is like crazy guerrilla style. So you go check that one out, send me some pictures, and I'm gonna go to this one. So we're gonna go try and figure that out and have a how can we make it happen attitude. Let's go. We go to that one, and while we're there, I'm like, this is cool. It might work, but there was other cars in the lot, and I was like, I'm not really sure. And then Thomas sent me the picture of his location where he was at. I was like, yo, this is crazy. So he was in the southeast part of downtown where it just ghost towns. It was this huge Biggie mural. It was just beautiful. It was like massive on the side of this building. I was like, okay, that spot is gonna be perfect because we'll do the full body choreography outside of the car, in front of the car. Right next to that was an alleyway, and it had the graffiti all down the sides of the 2 buildings, and it was just gritty and raw and dirty, and I loved it. I was like, yo, that's the spot. Celeste and I went over there, and I was like, hey, what do you think? What if we just have Thomas come down and just walk alongside of us with the camera and the gimbal, and then just switch sides and get all the different angles that way, and we just go real slow. We do the car choreography here in this scene, and she saw the vision too, and was like, yeah, let's do it. Cool, now we got it, now we're running. You gotta always be prepared to call audibles and be able to adapt and adjust, especially guerrilla style.
Like this is very like organic in the sense of like, okay, bam, we go into this, bam, this is how we're It's very like quick and like on the go. Like, okay, we're all like working together.
Yeah, we all have the same goal in mind.
Yeah.
Are we dropping gems, man?
Yeah. We started off, we did the shots exactly like that, and Moon was holding the Pavo tube lights as a key light over top of Thomas, and then just walk along. Thomas is gonna be coming right here. Just walk along as I'm driving, and then we're gonna be doing the car choreo.
I heard the term for that is called Hollywooding.
We're on Hollywood light. And I was trying to drive idle, but idling was going too fast. So I was trying to just actually apply the brakes and dance and sing and not run over Thomas and Moon. So it was a lot happening, but after a few takes, we were able to kind of get in the groove and get the feel of it, and then we were able to knock it out.
Yeah, put this one down, yeah. So
fix that. That's casting a shadow downward.
And it was so dope because when we were filming on one side, Moon and Thomas put the tube lights over here on the opposite side. And then we went to this side, we put all of them on the other side. There was these like little like pockets where we could set them there. It was perfect. It looked incredible. I mean, it looked like it was a set that was built for us. So it just came together incredibly. So all of those scenes, we got those.
That ending, yeah, man.
I had to get out the car. I had to get off the top a little bit. I had to give some of that energy, bro. And then I needed to get a shot, a mid and a wide of us in front of the car, in front of that alley, and with the girls just kind of chilling, no choreography. So I have enough coverage and enough to edit with so it doesn't get too boring. But it's tricky because you don't want to have too much, but you don't want to get to a place where you don't have enough. We opened the doors and put the tube lights underneath the doors. Then there was some reflection coming off of those doors from the tube lights. We had the fog going, and that's always an amazing element to add to up your production value. So we got those shots, and those were great. And then it was time to do a wardrobe change, get everybody in the creator gear and go over to the Biggie mural to do those choreography scenes. And that was so crazy. So at first it was a little tricky because we're like, okay, well, where are we gonna put the car? How are we gonna angle it? And I wanted to angle it off a certain way. And then Celeste and I were kind of trying to figure it out, like, okay, well, how are we gonna frame it with the dancers? So we got that figured out. Thomas is brilliant. The way he had some tube lights in the very back, and we had some separation between us and the mural, and he had the green and purple tube lights going to match the mural. Underneath the car, he had the blue tube lights going to match the car, and then he put a nan light spotlight isolated just on the Biggie mural that made the mural pop. It's like, dude, your attention to detail. He also had Mac Villain, who was doing the behind the scenes, put an LED panel light inside the car, tucked away, a small detail that made such a huge difference. I was like, yo, I'm like, Thomas, you're crazy, man, you're killing it. It's so awesome because I'm trying to direct it and perform and do all the choreography, and I'm trying to think of all these things, but that's teamwork, and that's having a great DP on set with you that knows what they're doing and can see those things that maybe I can't see when I'm busy directing and performing, and kind of playing both sides of the fence on that.
Do it like how you doing before with dolly in and out. Yeah. Most of it's gonna be wide, you know, you want to hit the full body right here, dolly in and out.
One of my favorite things I've always wanted to do is pour all the water all over the asphalt and get that reflection going and get that production value. Poured that bad boy down on there, and so then we got the fog machine going again. And then it just, at that point, it all popped. Every piece had its place and function. It all came together, and so then we threw up the Mavic 3 up in the air to get another shot, so we had two angles going simultaneously, and we knocked out the choreography. And just, we only had to do a few takes because, you know, these girls are professionals, man, and it shows.
Got it.
Oh my God, that looks so crazy.
I have to give them a huge shout out because I know they were hanging tough with me, because some of the stuff we were trying to overcome in the beginning kind of bled into the time of shooting. And so, but they hung in there with me and we're able to knock it out. We didn't have any problems. Nobody bothered us. I mean, it was amazing because we were doing our thing there for quite a while. We knocked out the shots. It was definitely what I wanted and exceeded my expectations. Having Mac Villain also on set with me doing the behind the scenes, I was so happy to have him there with me.
This dude over here, doing what it does. That's right, that's right. Sky Tower in this thing. Yeah, we're just having fun out here, man.
There was a few things that he had added. I remember there was one part we said, hey, when you get to this part in the lyric, if you come up and then you have the girls kind of reaching for you. It shocked me because he's not like a choreography guy, but he's an intelligent creator and he understands how to put multiple elements. He's incredible. So I was like, okay, I see you with the movement, all right. So then I tried it and I ended up throwing it in the final cut, and I was like, dude, see, it's like you have to be open to be able to receive input and advice, anything that might present itself along the way that might help. And then there was another angle when we were in the car in the alley that he was like, hey, what if we get one of these wide shots? One of those shots made it in, a couple of the shots made it in to the final cut. Good call on that angle, bro.
You want to do doors open, bro? Yeah.
So I can't thank him enough for hanging tough with us and getting all the behind the scenes footage that you're seeing here. Man, I mean, what more can I say? I had an amazing time. I love the song. I love the visuals. It was one of the ones I've always wanted to do. So it's definitely a check off of my bucket list of visuals. Huge shout out to all of the ladies dancing with me. Celeste dancing and choreographing. Emily, Cheyenne, Kai, you guys are incredible. I thank you so much. Huge shout out to my crew, Thomas Sawyer, Sawyer Productions, Moon, and Mac Villain. Shout out to Thump Records. Shout out to Sky Tile Records. And of course, shout out to my guy, Gemini Beats, for producing the instrumental. So there it is. That's the behind the scenes, the making of the So Many Girls music video. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap on So Many Girls music video. Beat by Gemini Beats. Coming soon.